In this video, I did some live trade recording during the New York Open session today, and you will get to see every single thing that I'm looking for in all my different strategies and trade setups, all the things that I'm trying to have line up before I get into a trade. So you'll get to see a lot of trades and how everything is playing out in live action, including some very unique foreshadowing from the Big Balls indicator during that Trump tweet spike. So stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy. I'm doing some trading during the New York session right now. Just got into a short up here. We had some delta divergence from the ultimate delta building up. And check out this double VWAP level. These are previous session VWAP lines, these blue dash lines. This is part of the ultimate VWAP. We were coming up to this double level here. And the flow stack was mostly bearish most of the morning because of the ES. The ES delta was negative up till this moment. So as we're making this push up, I'm just noticing how much negative delta there was on the ES still. So it was very enticing to go short up here at this double previous session VWAP level. We got a nice pullback into this current volume zone. This is from the ultimate volume. So we're moving away. And this is a current high volume zone right here. And we got sucked right back into it. And then we just bounced off of the 15-minute center, which is still forming. And then over here, these are the previous session volume zones. You see we had a low volume zone right here, right up at this double VWAP level. So a lot of stuff going on right in this area. Very nice rejection. Just got into a nice long here. We had a previous day point of control, and we were also coming down into this previous session low volume zone. And check out this bottom wick here. So when I saw this big wick right off of this previous day point of control, went in for the long. We got a really nice push up right back up to this previous session VWAP, getting a nice rejection. So I just got short up here. We had a low volume area forming. We had this 50% level from the MMT 50/50. We had pre-market high, had R1 pivot right above. And then what finally sold me, besides all that other information, had a big red order bubble appear. It's kind of hard to see in the midst of all this green order bubbles, but as it was coming in live in real time, as soon as I saw this big red orb appear from the MMT Big Balls, I felt okay taking a short. We got some more red bubbles coming in, but a lot of green bubbles up here, so it's a battle right here. We had some delta divergence here on this candle. Flow stack went bearish here. Nice drop off. Sometimes with the lighter settings that I use, the bubbles can get a little bit ferocious during the New York Open. Could always change the settings to make these stronger, but I like seeing when the smaller moves come in. But I'm definitely more interested in these bubbles when they're approaching areas of support and resistance and key levels that I'm already looking to potentially take a bounce at. And then we had the mixture. We had a bunch of people trying to buy it up and they failed. Had some more sellers coming in. But after all these big buyers, I was expecting some more chop, and we bounced right off of the 20, getting some chop. Got a battle in this area. And this is a current session high volume zone. You can see price got sucked right back into this high volume zone. Have not had any big order bubbles since back here with these big red orbs. Sellers definitely won this battle. I'm looking for a potential VWAP bounce, and then if we penetrate VWAP fast and furious, I'll be looking for a bounce down at one of these key levels back up to VWAP. So far we are rejecting off of a current session low volume zone. It's also in the middle of a previous session low volume zone. But the delta's pretty dang strong on both the NQ and the ES as we're coming down here. The flow stack is bearish. Here's a little green order bubble. So some buyers trying. I don't know if they'll succeed here or if it's a good sign for a VWAP bounce. We'll see. Getting a little bit of a hold up here. Might get sucked back into this high volume area. So that bubble kind of grew in size. So I'm in the long. I'm not going to wait for the full profit. We got 15-minute center up there. Oops, I got a long over here too. Trading two different accounts separately. I think this one I might add in if we pop down to VWAP. We got a washout signal now. We got some delta divergence. We still have this green order bubble here. Nothing that's scaring me out of the trade yet for just one micro. The delta is kind of a mixed bag. The last two candles. Even if we push through VWAP, I think we'll bounce back up to it. Just gonna look for a little VWAP bounce here. And there we have it. So we didn't make it all the way down to VWAP, but we penetrated hold number a little bit. We had a mixed bag on the deltas. We had some previous delta divergence. We had a washout signal. We had this green bubble from the big balls, and no other big sell orders come in as we're moving down. So felt okay going into the long. We had a bunch of key levels right under VWAP. If we were to penetrate quickly, I'd be looking for a pullback up to VWAP. So there are a few instances where I'll be looking for a kind of a range to enter instead of an exact price. Then there's other instances where I'm looking at an exact level if we're approaching a key level or a cluster of key levels. In those instances, I'm not looking at a range. I'm looking at a very specific area, and if it breaks above, my trade would be invalidated. Whereas this trade, I had more of a range that I was looking to get into. So it just depends on the situation as to which approach that I'd take. If I'm looking to get in on a range, I'm definitely trading appropriate size, much smaller. Got London open and yesterday's open below the VWAP here too. And then just looking down much lower, we've got the pivot point, yesterday's point of control. We've got a current session low volume area. We got a couple of previous session high volume areas here. I just had an issue with getting disconnected from Lucid and I couldn't log back in for a little bit, but my evil plan worked out. I'd mentioned if we penetrated through VWAP here, I was looking for a pullback up to VWAP and a bounce off of some of these key levels. We had London open, we had value area low, had a previous session value area high. So we came down, pulled back up to VWAP, came down again, got a washout signal, just pulled back up to VWAP. I was able to stack some more micros, hopping in on the long down here, looking for a pullback up to VWAP. I do not have tick replay enabled on my big balls chart, so all of the bubbles disappear. Unless you have tick replay on, then you'll see historical bubbles, but I don't need to see historical bubbles. I'm just usually trading this live, or I like practice trading in playback mode and watching these bubbles come in live in real time versus looking at them historically. You can see the divergence signals from the ultimate delta. These gold triangles popping out some awesome trades today. Nice little bounce there. Divergence building up, pop, divergence, pop. The ultimate delta, it's a classic. It's got the delta histogram, it's got cumulative mode, it's got divergence, it's got waves, it's got diamonds. 3 different levels of delta detection with different colors for each level. I think it's my all-time best selling indicator, the ultimate delta. Just hopped into a long down here at yesterday's New York Open. This previous candle had point of control into the wick. This candle ended up having point of control into the wick. It was also Asia high. There was a previous session value area high. These 2 levels over here, this is from the extra levels indicator. And on my 1-minute chart, I've got the key levels indicator that's showing me yesterday's New York Open, London Open, 15-minute center, pre-market low, yesterday's point of control, midnight, etc., etc. We had the flow stack turn bullish here too. Intra-bar, got a nice 20-point pop right up to the 20 SMA, this white dashed line. We got rejected off of the 20 SMA there. Still eyeing this area down here with the pivot point, yesterday's point of control. Got a 50% wicks level here. Some high volume zones, all kinds of stuff going on in that area. Then even lower, we've got midnight. Got the gap fill down here, current day open, yesterday's close. I imagine we will get some kind of hold up in either this area or this area if we make it down that far. So we got this bigger sell order bubble. It's not the biggest, but it's decent sized. I'm not just hopping into a trade because it appears. Got a washout signal going to the upside right at the moment, but we are right at the 20 SMA. We got VWAP above, so just kind of keeping an eye on it. Delta is dropping off. We had a top wick on the delta here. We were getting a little bit of a move lower. I try to wait for the best possible setups with the most things going on in my favor. If it's kind of a mixed bag, I'll just wait till there's enough going in my favor that makes me feel confident to push the button. We did just get a nice 20-point drop off. We've got another sell bubble appearing here. So if we're getting some sell bubbles, we start popping up right away. Might be some trapped sellers there. But seeing these big sell bubbles, I'm not looking at longs unless we start closing strong above the 20, and we got VWAP right in the way. If we start breaking lower, I'll use these sell bubbles as confirmation. The short might continue a little bit lower. So I'm just taking all the data these different indicators are measuring and factoring that into my decision making. There's no magical indicator that's just going to print a buy or sell signal and be 100% accurate all the time. So there's been no big buy order bubbles come in. These bigger sell order bubbles are taking over. Flow stack went bearish back here. We've got more sell bubbles coming in, and we're starting to drift even lower. Got some pretty strong negative delta on the ES and the NQ here. Got London low coming up. Got the pivot point coming up. We got a small buy order bubble pop up there, but pretty dang small. But if I see a little bit of buying, now I got some delta divergence, I'll feel more confident about taking a potential bounce trade if we make it down this far. Unless there's some just giant sell order bubbles that start appearing. You see there's wicks on both sides of this delta, a little bit of indecisiveness there. I'm going to take a long on one of the accounts here. I'm trading all these accounts separately, up to 2 accounts at the same time. So there was 6 or 7 points. We were down here at this previous special volume area from the key levels indicator. We were getting some hold up. We had some delta divergence, had a little tiny buy order blip. We had the indecisive delta wicks, then we had delta picking up here. It was also London low. So all those different factors made me push the button there, and we're still popping up. So I've got a few of the Lucid daily accounts. I really like the idea of daily payouts. And with the Lucid daily accounts, there's no monthly subscription fee. So I just kind of feel like that's the best of both worlds. Can take as long as I want to pass these evals. Don't have to rush anything. And then when I am funded, can take daily payouts. I would love to have 5 Lucid accounts, 5 take profit trader accounts, and 5 Tradeify accounts. Tradeify does not have monthly subscription fees either. So lots of different benefits from each prop firm. I'd rather not be all in with just one prop firm. I'd like to have my eggs in a lot of different baskets. So we got a little buy order bubble come in here, but in comparison to all this selling that just took place, and we're right at the 20 SMA, I'm not looking to just instantly hop in on this little blip. All right, so all these strong sell bubbles that came in earlier as we made our retracement, there's hardly any buy orders coming in. We got this little blip. Now we're just getting a massive sell-off, and there's some crazy news that just happened. Just got a huge sell-off, but as we were selling off, we got a ton of buy orders come in, and we're just instantly popping right back up here. I am not trying to trade this crazy price action, whatever just happened. But some very helpful info. As we made that huge move down, nothing but big buy orders, and rejected right back up. Got a huge bottom wick on this candle. So it's 10:31. I don't think I'm going to mess with trying to find another trade. Looks like that might have been a Trump tweet. Still continuing higher. Nothing but big buy order bubbles pretty much here. So the MMT big balls showing you where the big orders are coming in. I mean, we had negative delta on this candle, but yet nothing but big buy orders at these particular price levels. You can see the aftermath. Had a washout signal intrabar here on the 5-minute. Here's a bigger sell order bubble that just came in on the big balls. We're getting a little drift lower. This sell orb is definitely not as big as these buy orbs, but if I was in a trade long still and I saw this big sell order bubble come in, definitely might want to hop out. So I'm going to call it a day there. Up over $200 between all 3 Lucid daily accounts, trading each account individually. If I was copy trading, I could be up over $600, but I've really been enjoying trading all the accounts separately. So if I do go on tilt one day and make a bad decision, it doesn't just completely wipe out my entire inventory. So we had that big sell order bubble come in. It's working its magic. We're pushing lower. There are links to all of the MMT indicators in the description. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Anyone that's out there using code MonkeyMan at Lucid, Take Profit Trader, or Tradeify, thanks so much for your support. I wish you best of luck in your trading. Thanks for watching, Have a great day.